Hello and welcome to another Wilderness Tamed video. In this one we're going to be covering a subject we've not really dealt with in any great detail before in the past. Can you tell what it is? Here is a clue. This is Rosebay willow herb. A very invasive perennial in the UK, introduced originally by some plant hunter from the days of old, thinking that looks splendid in the herbaceous border, and then the following year very extensive root network, fractures very easily, snapped ends here from where it's been pulled out, and can form very dense, thick stands of these upright stems, which, as you probably know, get the pink flowers on, and then followed by the fluffy seeds that, in a slight gust of wind, drift off for miles to infest another area. So I've never been a great believer in wood chips as a mulch, but what I am finding with not just the Rosebay willow herb, but the creeping buttercup and ground elder and couch grass, that they tend to just root through the mulch rather than into the soil, which makes them much easier to dig out. Pick on a bit of creeping buttercup. You can see it's very easy to dig out from wood chips. Of course, complications arise when your weeds are growing up through the things you want in the garden. I mean, clearly I wouldn't want a rose in the garden. This is not my plot. But yeah, trying to get this couch grass out from in amongst shrubs and perennials, very, very difficult. And as I mentioned, the slightest fragment of root left in the soil will start to grow. So possibly the best way of treating this is with some systemic herbicide. Contact herbicides are no good because it doesn't get drawn down into the root system, kill the plant that way. But rather than spraying, which risks killing the decorative ornamental stuff that you want, I would soak my glove in a bit of systemic herbicide and just physically work my way around the plant, crushing it, bruising the stems to allow the herbicide to work its way in. You can see here it just continues on through this euonymus, boring roundabout shrub. But you can imagine trying to get that out of there. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, unfortunately you'd have to resort to using a herbicide, unless you were happy just to dig everything out and then try and extract the roots of the couch grass from in amongst the roots of the desirable plants. Have fun with that if that's the path you choose. Or you could just put a for sale sign up and move house. So you can see from this couch grass, very shallow, it's just gone through the, I've cleared them away, but it's just growing through the wood chips. And there's some more roseberry willow herb stems coming up, so I should be able to get those out relatively easily without going too deep. So yeah, pros and cons with wood chips. I mean, see how easily it breaks. They can make quite an attractive ground cover mulch in a sort of a woodlandy setting or a shrubby border or whatever. But if you put them down on a border next to a lawn, you can guarantee your blackbirds and thrushes and pigeons and jackdaws and the rest of them will scatter them all over your lawn or all over your paths where you don't want them. And of course, with any mulch like gravel, which I've talked about in a previous video, a perfect germination bed for any seedlings. So anything that blows into the wood chips and the gravel mulches will germinate very, very quickly because it's humid and dark in there, and away they go, which is probably how most of these things have arrived, if it hasn't been imported as fragments of root in the soil. But yeah, at least they tend, or what I'm finding here is they're tending to root into the mulch rather than into the clay soil, which would be a nightmare because that would just leave loads of fragments of root, and it's making it a bit easier to dig them out. So would you like to see some more examples? Okay, hang tight. That's right, I'm drinking Purkari Sweat. The Purkari is a little-known tree-dwelling mammal from Bali. It takes approximately 48 of them running continuously in a hamster wheel for 9 hours in 36 degrees centipede to produce this 900 millilitres of Purkari sweat. Tastes just as you would imagine, small mammal sweat, but it's excellent for replenishing your sweat. Good if you've got diarrhea, just as good as if you haven't, but would like to have. Excellent. This, oh god damn it. Get me hat all tangled in a rose. Just going in with a hand fork here. And leaving all these buttercups. And then they pull out with very little resistance. And there you have it. Cleared into the bin. And there's some more. Put a bit of willow herb in as well. You can see how tough that bit of willow herb root is there. I'm going to have to follow that along. See how much of that I can out. Bit more of it there. There's an old dead stem from last year on there. And then a new stem. It just sends these runners underground, and at various points stems will shoot up. Here it is. I do hope you found this useful, and now apparently I'm supposed to encourage you all to hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and tickle the bell icon for further notifications. Goodness knows why. Anyway, hopefully see you in the next one. Happy gardening.